So let's start the first set. It's gonna be Crusade versus Fire. Usual settings, both of those AIs can play every civilization. So it will be team random both sides. I will need to put cheat engine 2 times the speed as usual. Yes, fire, Chisentos, fire. There is a player who is called Fire, which played 1 hour ago in a game of a tournament hosted, I don't know, maybe by T90. So let's say that we've got our own Fire, our side. Let's see if Fire is as good as the player, the human player. So here we go. So I've got Capture Rage. Yes, you've got Capture Rage too, so everything is actually working. So Tilly is gonna be Fire, which is renamed Flare in the game, against Crusade. So I guess that everybody here knows already Crusade, which is a legend of the AI scripting community. It used to be pretty decent, especially in Feudal Age, with a lot of different units. It can go for almost everything. It used to build a defensive tower, which always is a problem for AIs like Tribal, for example. It can go for scouts, skirmishers, archers, spearmen. So definitely it doesn't want to go Castle Age that fast. It just wants to kill its opponent in the Feudal Age. And concerning Fire, it's gonna be a surprise. I definitely don't know what is his current skill, but I'm already betting that against Crusade is gonna be really difficult for Fire. Crusade is supposed to be the strongest AI in this group, but maybe, well, it's a pretty decent group, I would say, because IS Up Machine is really good too, and Mininati can be a problem for a lot of AIs with its specific strategy, going Fast Castle and Monks. So maybe Fire is the weakest AI in that group, but let's see. Oh, I was thinking that 2 villagers were sent to lure the boar, but it's definitely not the case. Well, I don't get this message. Flare is saying that it reached the Feudal Age, which is definitely not the case. Farms before lumber camp. Well, that makes Fire already very original AI, I would say, doing things that any other AI don't do. But the good point is the fact that the second borough was efficiently lured to the TC in a pretty decent position. Okay, so the feudalage time is not great for Flare, so let's see what's going on. Crusade is already training some militians, which are already men at arms, already 4. It forgot one boar, but it already does have a lot of farms. Oh, Flare goes for militians too. Okay. A defensive tower for... well, it's not in a great position, I would say. It's protecting nothing. It would have been better if we did protect maybe the lumber camp, which is in the front. Flare did find blue. Oh. Okay, Crusade attempted to build one offensive tower, but it was detected by Flare, which has a very interesting behavior, following the villagers. Oh. It did do an unknown, I mean, it lost the militians under the TC, something that the unknown made by Ofu used to do. Okay, this is a counterattack with a lot of militians. What is the civilization Chinese? I didn't notice. Okay, so in fact the tower doesn't help here. That's a lot of militians. Well, I'm really impressed. I didn't know that Crusade could go for this strategy. I always used to see it training every unit. Here it just focuses on militians. Okay, and it doesn't attempt to retreat from the TC. Oh, we've got already 2 stables for Flare, which just go actually for militians. One archer range for blue. Well, it looks like there is absolutely no retreat rule for Crusade. And some skirmishers for Crusade for some reasons. At this step of the game is definitely not needed. Well, this tower eventually makes Crusade busy, but it's already down, so there is nothing to protect Flare anymore. And Crusade just need to keep pressing the time it goes for Castle Age. Well, it maybe already does have the number needed to kill this TC if it goes with its wall men at arms. Okay, Castle Age is researched actually, so we maybe can expect Siege Workshop pretty soon now. Maybe Fire didn't mean those 2 stables absolutely not used in the feudal age. It could have kept this wood to build more farms, to have a more decent economy, to keep training militias non-stop. It could have helped, I guess. He's trying to build one more blacksmith. Okay, can we see some runs? There is no run actually. But Flair already could resign. The game is over. Population is 107 against 22. And we already got the +2 attack and +1 defense. It's always better to upgrade the defense before the attack, but anyway. The game is won by Crusade. 1-0, the game was fast. It was decided in the early feudal age. But I'm now very curious to see what Fire can do in the 4 vs 4 after the improvements made by the one unknown in this newest version of its AI. And a 4th TC for Crusade. And there is a lake of resign rules. Okay, so let's say that this game is already over. GG Crusade. And well, Crusade surprised me with this strategy full of militias. I really did not know that it can sometimes do this. And I'm gonna make the settings for the 4 vs 4. It's gonna be fast. Score is actually 1-0 for Crusade. Well, Marathon, you definitely need to add retreat codes for your AI, no excuse. We are in 1990, so every AI should retreat against the TC. Okay, so Crusade versus Fire, 4 vs 4. Here we go. So the civilizations are gonna be Huns, Goths, Korean and Japanese. And Japanese and Huns flank for Crusade, and Huns and Japanese flank for Flair. So let's say that it's pretty balanced. So we've got Korean and Goths as pockets. So what I know is the fact that Flair can swing, so let's see. And I'm curious to see what's gonna be the strategies for Flair as pockets. As flank, I think that it just go for standard feudal age. I don't know if it tends to go for militias every time or not. Well, there is already a clear advantage in the population. Crusade is dominating with 16 population each AI, and Flare has some problem, especially with the Korean, the Grey player, which has 3 villagers less than its opponent. So there might be some idle TC. Okay, so it definitely looks like that Flare is trolling its opponent, pretending that it's already advanced to feudal age. Okay, Crusade side, what we can say is the fact that it doesn't have any specific strategy as Pocket, so we will see a feudal rush by every Crusade, and that is the weak point of Crusade. In team games, maybe Flare can get an advantage with the Pockets having specific strategies like Fast Castle, and let's see if it goes for Knights or maybe for crossbows. Yes, red is the Pocket, and in fact it goes for militias. Same for blue. Okay, red goes for archers. Same for blue. For some reason green is dealing its second building, which is gonna be okay, blacksmith. Okay, so as Japanese it just goes for militias, while yellow as hands go for scouts. Okay. And once again we see that the tower is really built randomly. Well, it's back for the two flanks. Okay, the first assault by yellow. No retreat rules. But already a lot of range units. So no chance here for the militias to do something great. Oh, the wall crusade are actually crossing the map to attack the same opponent, which is the orange player. So there is maybe an opportunity for Teal to do some damage, but did Teal find its closest enemy? That's the question. It looks to target maybe another one. Okay, Teal did find green. It looks to be something like attack now, I don't know. Okay, it's targeting blue. Let's see, it can make some damage. It just need to... Okay. Well, it won't work that well. Okay, it did kill one villager. And orange is already in a very good position. Okay, Pockets goes for towers. A lot of towers for grey, which is a Korean. One market, maybe grey is gonna... Okay, purple is slinging. Well. Okay, purple is slinging. In fact, it doesn't have any military. And despite the fact that green was attacked by teal, it looks like it doesn't switch the target for teal, it just keeps attacking the orange player, which is already out of the game. It didn't have any support. Unfortunately, purple slung the wall player, so orange resaved some resources for nothing. Okay, so Korean goes for heavy cavalry. Okay, light cavalry, I mean. The World Crusade are actually attacking the second flank, which is steel. And none of the Crusade is actually in Castle Age. So it's all about the Feudal Age rush from flanks and pockets. Teal Grey, which is slung, goes for stone instead of gold, so it doesn't have the resources to go knights. But the strategy of fire are definitely weird. But I can say that it plays already much better than in the Davis Cup 4, which had a lot of bugs. Actually, it doesn't have bugs, I would say. It is weak. The Dark Edge should be worked again, and the strategy is definitely not efficient. And unfortunately for the one unknown, I think that this group is going to be really too difficult for its AI. Okay, so purple, which was the slinger, was defeated without any resistance, so that's just impressive. So many units from Crusade. And this is GG, man. 2-0. Here we go for the third game.
Hey, Esty, can you hear me?
Hey, yes. Nice. Okay, so you joined me just at the good moment for the third game.
Yes, I think I sort of saw, I more and more like listened to the first couple matches. Looks like it was Crusade all the way.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll give you my IP right now. That way. Okay, unfortunately, I lost some interviews just because some of them were posted in the AI scripter forum. The one of Marathon, the one of Rubberman, and I'm really disappointed because I definitely wanted to add them to my streamings. Well,
maybe you can see if they're in the backup.
yes, exactly. Yes. Let's hope that the backup will have saved those interviews, because it was in private message, so I don't know if it exists in the backup. Okay, so what's my IP? My IP. That is the question. Okay, it looks to be that one.
I've got your IP from last time. We'll see if it's the same.
Oh, let's see. That should be the same, but in case... Yes, this is the same. Okay. Okay, so guys, we're gonna caucus with Leif. That's a good news.
Yep, looking forward to the game 3.
Yep. So just did I change the score? I did. And after this game, I was hyped to cast Cyan, which is a really interesting and pretty new AI made by Cyan Ceros. That can be a really interesting game. Do you know Cyan?
Yeah. I've played it, kind of watched it a couple times. Cyan was posted in the AI ladder, the reboot that lasted about a month.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I watched a couple matches with it. It's pretty decent, I think.
Yeah, it loves skirmishers.
Yep, one of the skirmisher AIs.
Which can work in many situations. Okay, so I'm ready. Here we go for the game 3.
Alright, I'm excited.
I definitely would like to see Fire doing something great this time against Crusade. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so we've got Frankish and Saracen each side.
So one fun fact is that Saracens was the first civ that Crusade used.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was, yeah, it was, I remember when it first joined the AI ladder, I think he decided to use Saracens because it was one of those civs that doesn't have an early bonus, so it's, once you script the Saracens well, you can adapt it to any civilization.
Exactly. And I have to say that as a player, when I worked a lot in my strategies in Feudal Age, I used to select Saracen for me to test my skill in Feudal Age. So yeah, it works for AIs and for humans too. And do you know, do you have some information, hidden information concerning Crusade, because you are a very experienced scripter and you know a lot the old AIs?
Yeah, or I've just been around a long time. I do remember Crusade when it joined the ladder. I think Campeador was a scripter, and he just worked on it for quite a long time, and I don't think he actually used a lot of the user patch features. I think he added boar hunting and a few other things. But then he started working on a different AI called Crusade Maya, which I don't think actually got as far as Crusade. And it sounds like you found some other hobby to do.
Okay.
But yeah, Crusade, as you've seen in the previous matches, has a really good aggressive flush that it uses. And it seems to work really well. I think it was about the 4th or 5th best AIs in in the ladder.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it did win one of the ladders, no? I think it did win one.
It might have. I forget who won the different little AI ladder tournaments. I know its biggest competition was the Horde and Digel, the Aztec AI from ARFFI. And then, of course, once Barbarian came and kind of overtook everyone else, Crusade wasn't top AI. But I think you're right. Crusade was the top AI for a period of time.
Yeah.
And so even though it doesn't have a lot of user patch features, it still is pretty competitive.
Yeah, that's right. And there is a real problem in team games because the lack of detection if your pocket is something which kills Crusade in a tournament
Yeah,
like
just
Davis Cup.
all of the players just do the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm guessing Crusade will win this match again.
Yeah.
Curious to see if there's anything special going on this time.
Well, after having seen the two previous games, it would be really surprising if Fire is able to do something against Crusade.
Well, we got some militia at purple. Same with cyan.
Yep.
See how long it takes Fire to upgrade them to man-at-arms.
Okay, yes, the blue player goes for scouts, skirmishers, archers.
Everything.
Everything, yeah. I think that Fire tends to be kind of passive, it stays home. I know that the one unknown was kind of he not really confident in Feudal Age, so it tends to make an AI pretty passive, defensive tower and some militias to help.
I definitely do the same thing. I've never really done a good flash myself playing the game.
Yeah.
So at some point I'm going to add one to general and kind of venture into new territory. But at least my first AI with Leif Ericson, it kind of went the same strategy as Fire, build up some defense in Feudal Age, and then go into the Castle Age and boom. But
yeah.
Now at least my eyes will do a night rush.
Yeah, it does work pretty well in many situations. Here the problem is the fact that Flair doesn't attempt to be fast in researching Castle Age. So this situation, pretty defensive, doesn't help it.
Oh, we got versus one and another one versus one, basically.
Yep. It's a one-sided, both sides.
Yep. One-sided, two-sided. And it looks like Crusade once again is making headway.
But anyway, I don't see what can Flair do with what it built. Because look at this, it built one defensive tower which is never in a good position. It just trained few militias which can be killed by almost everything except maybe a few skirmishers. The economy isn't efficient enough to go castle faster than its opponents. So there is nothing here to expect, especially against Crusade, which is pretty aggressive.
Well, good games. Hopefully. What are the other opponents in Fire's bracket?
Oh, there is ISOP Machine and Mini 90, which are in the same group.
Yeah, and all of those are pretty strong. I think IS Machine will be about as aggressive, maybe not quite as aggressive as Crusade, but
Yeah.
all of them should still be faster than Fire, it looks like.
Yeah.
Alright, well, congrats, Crusade.
Yeah.
Do you think
Definitely.
it's going to win their pool? That's actually a pretty hard choice.
Well, the final of this group is definitely versus ISOP Machine, I would say. Crusade has everything to defeat Mini 90, I think. Because archers can deal with mounts, so does scouts. Oh yes, it will be Aztec versus Aztec in the 1 versus 1. Because Mini can play Aztec only, so I don't know what is gonna be the strategy for Crusade as Aztec. I guess it will go for militians and archers and skirmishers, I guess.
Yeah, it might go with a few spears and a bunch of archery range units.
Yeah.
I can't remember for sure.
Well, I think that the game is over. So, good job Crusade, in fact. So, man, I will update the bracket.